Well, hi everybody. Thanks for joining me today. I've got a quick little educational video for you. So if you're like the purpose of doing this is there's a lot of practice owners out there, business owners in general, that have a lot of trouble using internet marketing. Internet marketing is the most powerful form of marketing right now. Is digital marketing has taken over the world in the last 20 years. It's something that every business owner has accessible to them, meaning it's right there for you as close as your browser, but it also can be very inaccessible because it can be hard to use and hard to figure out. And how do you do this sort of thing, right? So each one of these little videos, I'm just sort of covering a little help. If you have a question, you can actually always send me your question. I'd love to answer these. So I'm going to cover today a topic regarding how to launch new services, right? Which is also a reactivation type campaign. But you can also, if you see my email address down below, you can always send me a question for a topic or something, because I'm responsive to you guys because I want to put on a good video, right? What do I say? Okay. So again, so today, if you saw the title of it, is how to hot launch a new service in your practice. And what that means is very often you get approached, or you want to say you want to add decompression or laser or some nutrition product or something to your practice, and you're like, okay, good. You kind of it's several stages before you actually get started. The first stages are you investigate it. The second one you maybe try for yourself. Third, you kind of learn. You buy whatever equipment or system or program it takes. You make that investment there. And you decide, you tell your staff, we're going to do this thing. The trainer comes over, trains your staff. You kind of get used to delivering it, right? Okay, you kind of get your first couple of free, maybe you put the staff through it. I know one practice, they always put the staff through everything new that comes along. And then finally, you're ready to finally release it and actually like promote it, market it. Like, okay, you've invested all this time, probably a lot of money into this new process, this new service, and now you've got to turn it on and actually start helping people with it. Because presumably the reason you brought this in your practice was because it would help people, and probably because it might make some money too. So, and that's a totally fine thing. You should make money when you help people. It's totally cool. So how do you do that? Well, the first thing is, okay, run a bunch of ads. Let's go out and run some Facebook ads or a newspaper ad or a radio ad. And while that might seem like a good idea, I wouldn't say start there, because I'll be honest, I'm in the advertising business, and advertising can be kind of risky, especially when it's a new service, a new product in a new area. Wouldn't it be great if you could start off without having to spend any money on ads? You've already risked a lot of time and money on putting this new service in. Why risk more on advertising? What if we just jump to the fun part where you've got a bunch of patients in there and you're profitable, right? We just skip the whole advertising part, at least for now. You can't skip it forever, but you can skip it for now. And that's what this little lesson is going to be all about here. So what I'm going to tell you here is how to hot launch it, which is basically, it's a reactivation campaign. And I want to break down what I mean by reactivation campaign, because so often docs think they know what it is, or they've done one, it hasn't worked, it has worked, or it's kind of a murky subject, reactivations, right? Oh, is it a bunch of postcards to send to people on their birthdays, or what is it, right? I'm going to tell you straight up what it is, right? Like the simplicity of it. And it basically depends on your technology level, your staffing level, how much free time you have, how much money you have, on how you go about it. I'm going to give you the different channels. So all reactivation is, especially with a new service, is reaching out to the existing database of people that you have. Anybody who's ever been a patient at your place, or even a prospective patient, right? Anybody who you've got their identity, their ability to reach them via email, postal, phone number, or carrier pigeon, right? This is where you reach out to them and you just tell them, remind them who you are. Hi, this is Dr. Jones of blah, blah medical or blah, blah chiropractic, and we're here to help you be healthier. And we have a new service regarding knee pain. So if you know anybody who has knee pain, or if you have experienced knee pain, we have a new program that gets great relief, gets awesome results, and you kind of tell them just a little tiny bit, not a lot. Don't go into explaining it in the marketing, but you just explain it to them, right? Now, that little message I gave you just now could be in many different formats. The one format, which is a very effective one, but takes time, a lot of time consumption, is if you write everybody a letter. Right. And everybody knows the letter writing campaign. It's the old saw of every marketing consultant ever tells you, okay, when you're screwed, you have no money, start writing letters to the people in your files, and it reactivates them. Okay, well, in this case, you might do a dedicated letter writing program where you and your staff to all agree, everybody does 10 letters a day to 10 patients right out of the file, start alphabetically, whatever, however you want to go about it, right? And just send to everybody. By the way, don't be selective on who you send it to. Don't just say, oh, I'm only going to send it to current active live patients, guys who are coming in right now. No, send it to everybody, because you never know who needs it. And remember, these people already know who you are, so you've already skipped all the whole marketing part where they have to introduce who you are and have them know, like, and trust you. Presumably, they at least know, like, and maybe trust you already because they've been to see you, even if they were incomplete on an earlier care program. So just reaching out to them, letting them know that you're still there and that you have this new service, and invite them to contact you for more information. That's it. Don't get any more. Don't have to stick a big brochure in there. You don't get to put a whole big song and dance. You don't have to be a 3-page sales letter. By the way, I'm going to tell you, the shorter, the better, actually. It has to be complete, but, maybe a couple of lines, man. Maybe a 5 or 6 sentences is about all it takes to do it. And, personal letters is sort of an art to writing a personal letter. Make it, seem nice and they're friendly and that you actually know the person because maybe you got some information out of the files. You remember who they are, right? So write those letters, write those messages to them. That's the cheapest way because it costs you just postage and time. But it is a pain in the butt and it's not that fast because it takes a long time. If you got to say 1,000 people or 500 people in your files, it's going to take a while to get letters out to all those guys. It's also fairly tedious. So it's not always the best way to go. And it's actually far from the only way there is to send this message out. Another way to send the message out is with bulk mail. So then you just get a nice piece of postal do thing. You print it up, right? You print up, you write a 1-page letter from the doctor, and you print it up at the printer's office. You fold it in some envelopes. You stick out some labels from the database system. You get the 13-year-old nearby you who knows how to get the labels out of the machine, right? You print that out and you send those out. Is it as good as the handwritten letters? Of course not. Is it faster? Oh yes. And so what you do to raise the production level of the bulk mail is send it 3 or 4 times. Send a letter, send a second letter, send a third letter, send a fourth letter. Hey, just reminding, hey, here's some great success stories about this. Over 3 or 4 months' time, you can actually send it several times and people will start getting the message, right? Another way, this is something that we do for our clients. I love this part, is text blasting. Now, it takes a little more tech savvy to do this, but there are many, many services that will text blast to your list of phone numbers for your patients. If you can get your database and pull out the phone numbers, we know that about 99.9% of them are now cell phone numbers these days, right? Load that into this text system, type in what you want to say, which is, hey, this is Dr. Jones, we got a new knee program. Would you like me to send you more information about it, right? That's it. Super simple, not overly salesy. Push the button, it goes out, and you get all these responses back, and it's wonderful. As a matter of fact, with our clients, we do it to reactivation for the customer factory clients. We don't ever send to the full database at the same time. We always send to about 100 at a time because we found if we do like 500, sometimes you get so much response that you actually miss some of the response. You don't get back to people quickly, and it kind of gives a bad service level for them. So what you want to do is send 100 and then send another 100. And by the way, if you're not getting any response, change your message a little bit, right? It gives you a chance to sort of test before you blow the whole group and go all the way through it. Now, you can that little text blast thing, you can do that like once a month, maybe. If you really have good manners, maybe every other month. So, depends on how often you do it. But I'll tell you, we use it. I'd say rotate through you guys 50 or 100 per day until you rotate all the way through your list again, and then send them a little success. Hey, we just had a great result with a patient here. She was barely able to walk when she came in. She's out dancing. If you know anybody who needs knee pain, who has knee pain problems, let us know, right? Or whatever the campaign you have. It could be neuropathy, it could be any campaign, but you get the idea, right? You want to give them a little update, not too salesy, because remember, you're the doctor talking to, you got to have some professional decorum there. But all you're trying to do is remind them that you're there and that you have this service. Okay. Another thing you can do always is email. Email is not as responsive as text, but email totally works. You basically, if you can load up your email sending system, almost everybody has one of those. Or again, you find the 13-year-old around the office who can do the technology stuff and set up an email blasting system, and you send it out. It's very short. Write it as a personal letter. Like, hey, this is Dr. Jones, just checking up on all our patients. And by the way, we've got a new service for neuropathy or knee pain, whatever it is. And you tell them just a little bit about it. It's a cutting edge thing. No drugs, no surgery. Helps a lot of people. Can't wait. If you know anybody needs it, please let me know and let them know. Right. You'll be amazed at how well this works, because not only are you reaching the people who need it, who already know, like, and trust you, but they go, well, my mom has that, or my brother has that, or I know someone's just asked about, they were just mentioning the other day how they had this problem, right? So you'll be amazed. It'll actually help your referrals and your promotional lines there. It's really one of the most effective things you can do, whatever line you use here. Now, another one, which is even tougher, this is a tough one. It's kind of like writing letters, is personal phone calls. All right. So if you're just starting, especially you're just starting with this new service, and maybe you're just reopening the office after COVID, or I don't know, some problems, you can actually pick up the phone yourself as the doc and call them, or have your staff do it, or all of you do it. Make 10 phone calls a day to people, just calling them up. Most of them won't answer, so you end up leaving some voicemails, but the ones who do answer, you say, hey, we're having this thing, just letting people know we have this new service. If you know someone who needs it, it's really awesome and cool. We'd love to show you how it works, that kind of thing, right? But I have a better solution than that. Okay. There's a thing called voicemail drops. I'm going to tell you. All right. Have you ever gotten a voicemail and go, I didn't hear the phone ring? Did the phone ring? I didn't. how did I have a voicemail, right? Well, there's a service, there's a system out there called ringless voicemails, right? It's a way of basically sending a voicemail to your phone, to your voicemail inbox, as it were, without making your phone ring. So you're just checking your messages, and there's another message in there. Oh, so and so called, and it's a pretty I find it's a pretty unintrusive way. Now, first of all, I have to admit that not everybody in the world listens to their voicemails. It tends to be very by person, and the younger you are, the less likely you are to be a voicemail consumer at all. I know my kids don't even have the voicemail set up on their phones, but then again, I'm not selling surfboards here. We're selling healthcare, and it tends not to be my kids, right? It tends to be older folks like us, and even older than that, who do check their voicemail. They are much more likely to check their voicemails and listen to them. So you can use services. I found one that we use. It's called Sly Broadcast. Here, I'll share my screen and show you here just what it looks like. Sly Broadcast. Let me find. There we go. It's just there's lots of services like that. I'm not necessarily recommending them. I have no deal with them to promote them. I'm not, they're not some service I'm getting paid from. I actually pay them. But you basically can set up these voicemails and you blast them out to whatever list you have, and the person receives the voicemail just in their box. The next time they're checking their voicemails, there you are. They find you there, right? That's all there is to that. And that's a lot easier than doing a bunch of personal calls. And the way you word the voicemail, you say, "Oh, hi there. This is Dr. Jones from Something Medical. Just calling to check in on you. By the way, I want to let you know that we've got a new service for knee pain. It has a lot of great results. That same exact thing I told you before, right? That little simple thing. I'm here, and we have this new thing. And if you know anybody who needs that, or if you need that, let me know. We'd love to tell you more about it in the office. Call us up, all right? And we'll talk to you about that, right? Super easy, super easy. Here's the most important thing about a service launch, right? The fact that you do it. Many people make plans and don't, or do half of one of these things I just talked about. They like do a few phone calls or a few voicemails or one bulk mail or something. Make it into a plan. Do it as a project. Do it as something. See if somebody specifically has a job of doing it to make sure it goes out every month or every week, whatever frequency you're doing there, so that you will get the result. Because I'll tell you, we use it for our clients as a way to get them profitable right away. And by the way, that gives me into a wonderful segue into the sponsor of this particular video, which is my company, the Customer Factory. If you want someone just to do all this for you and all the internet marketing for you and just making qualified new patients come in, just contact us. We'll take care of it. We do all this. We do the email blasts and text blasts are the best on data for our clients. And we actually do that for free. With anybody who's on regular service with us. We don't even charge for that. We don't even charge the text blasting and the email blast to get people in for your new service, because we know we want to make you profitable very fast in the relationship with us. And the best way to get a client profitable, is get them a bunch of new patients right away, right? So that's what we got to do. But you're free to, as obviously for this whole video, it's not something you can't do yourself when it comes to this service launch and reactivations. It's super easy. It does take, you got to figure out, do you want to work hard? Do you want to work with some technology? Again, like I say, find someone who knows some technology. They can help you. This is not rocket science. It's just marketing. But here's the thing. Whatever it is, do it, and you'll succeed, and you'll help a lot of people with it. And that is the important part. The important part is reaching out, help enough folks, make some money, be profitable, be prosperous, and set a good example for other folks like that. Okay? So anyway, if you're interested in service, go over to thecustomerfactory.com and there's a place there you can contact us and set up an appointment to talk to us about whatever marketing needs you have. There you go. Made it pop up on the screen. Look at that. Isn't that slick? Customerfactory.com, marketing agency, million dollar practice owners recommend. Yeah, we have a lot of practice owners who recommend us and consultants, because we do build $1 million practices, because we handle the marketing. If you've got good delivery, if you got the goods, we got the marketing. Anyway, so there you go. I will keep doing these live videos. Do chat down the bottom, like make a comment or like, share, all the stuff that YouTubers say. Do all that stuff, like, share, whatever. That way other people see this and we can help other people get the marketing out there and help the whole industry. If nothing else, it encourages me to keep doing these videos. I actually kind of like doing them anyway. I'll probably do them if even no one's watching, but I like it better if somebody's watching. Anyway, so leave me a message or whatever, or email me if you have something you want to say personally. If have a question, I will be happy to help you. Let me bang, pop. There's the email address. Boom. Look at that. Technology. Okay. Anyway, good talking to you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.